You can subscribe on my YouTube channel because I'm trying to build that up as well, because the clock app is not doing as great anymore as it used to be. And I am, good evening, Lucinda. I'm glad you found this because I think I responded to one of your comments earlier. So I'm going to be moving my content more to Facebook and YouTube, and I am just thrilled to be here. I have special coupons every month. I have a different special coupon. This month it's buy one, get one free. If you buy a full reading, you get a full reading for free in the next 6 months. So hi, Brianne. Hi, Amber. Hi, Roxanne and Michelle. And then I have a BOGO 50% off coupon as well. So if you need any of the information on that, you can email me. Do you have any questions about mediumship or my life or anything you want to know? I'm going to do as many mini readings as I can. I do max out at about an hour total of talking. I always have my hauls with me. Oh, thank you, Peg. I'm glad to be here. So if you have any mediumship questions, I get a lot of questions about spirit guides. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about spirit guides. And people often ask me to find their spirit guide, but it's really a journey for you to find your spirit guide. And I have some guided YouTube videos about that. I get questions about psychic versus mediumship, and the difference is a psychic reading is when I connect to you. Mediumship reading is when I connect to your loved one in spirit. So those are two of the most common questions I get. I was surprised to have a few comments on my notifications, or on the things I've been posting in the group, that sometimes I guess some people aren't that nice, but I will, I'm happy that you're all here, and as long as we have nice, friendly conversation and nobody saying anything mean, I will be happy to, do the mini readings and welcome everyone here, because, the internet can be a funny place. Jeanne, great question. Is it Jean or Jeanne? Sakila, does everyone have a spirit guide? Yes. Most of us have more than one spirit guide. I have one main guide that I communicate with every day. And I have another guide who is there in dire circumstances. And I probably have other guides that I just haven't purposefully communicated with, but everybody has probably more than one guide, and it's really not that hard to find them as long as you are in the right frame of mind and you're open to it, and you are in a quiet place in your mind and you're not like stressed out about 10,000 things. You have to be in kind of the right frame of mind to do it. But yeah, everybody has them. Christina, are spirit guides your loved ones that pass? This is another very common question. So I personally, even though I have a science background, do not believe in strict labels on anything. Now, there are some people who are very rigid about, who a spirit guide can and can't be and what the label is supposed to be. For me personally, if you want to think of your mother or grandmother or great uncle as your guide, sure, that doesn't bother me at all. Technically, there's probably a difference between your guides who are always in spirit and your loved ones who pass, who guide you. My mother passed in 1986, and she has guided me this whole time. Now, because I know my spirit guides, I don't see her as a spirit guide. I just see her as helping me and guiding me. But to me, it doesn't bother me if somebody calls their loved one their spirit guide. That doesn't bother me at all. You can't ask them to come, they come to you, spirit on the other side. Lisa, are you saying in a reading, like if I was going to do a reading, you can ask them. It's called dial-up. Some people call it dial-up mediumship. I think this is what you're asking. If I was going to do a reading for you and you want to talk to Uncle Bob, I could try to call through Uncle Bob and see if he would want to communicate. But I only normally do that when I do live readings. When I do one-on-one readings, I don't do dial-up. Unless it's a client that I've had several times and they specifically ask for someone because they know how I work. Normally, the first time I have a professional one-on-one reading with someone, I go in cold. I don't know who they want to talk to. I know nothing about them, and I see who comes through. Now, when they come back the next time, I always give them a choice. Do you want me to see who comes through, or do you want to talk to a certain person? And that's how I do it. So you can do it either way. You just don't want to go to a medium who asks you any questions ahead of time, except how to contact you or send you a Zoom link or something. Some mediums will send questionnaires. I don't think that's proper or ethical. Some mediums will direct message you and say, Grand Rising, I have a feeling, blah, blah, blah. I will never direct message you. Any legitimate medium is just not going to send out messages to random people asking for money. Don't ever send anyone who's direct messaging you money. Don't do it. Always make sure they have a website that's legitimate. You can always ask them for references. I have plenty of clients. If somebody would ask me for a reference, I could give them several names of people that they could contact. You don't ever just want to have some mystery person giving you a reading. Let's see. How do I choose? Great question, Lucinda. How do I choose people? So I don't really choose the people. I kind of look through the comments and one will stick out to me and spirit kind of guides me to that person. So I'm not necessarily picking them myself. I'm a vessel for spirit to communicate through. And so as I go through, something will stick out for whatever reason, and then I'll start the reading. Now, on these lives where there's many people, occasionally there will be a reading where I think the other night I had one where there was like 10 people who had a mom that had a very similar personality and the evidence was very similar and they were all like, that's my mom, that's my mom. So it's kind of like a collective reading. That happens sometimes. Other times I can see somebody's comment and it'll stick out, but it's really for a person next to them in the feed. Occasionally that happens as well. So live readings sometimes can get a little hokey, but usually they're fine. Because sometimes, you know, on a live, you'll have 100 or 200 people on the stream. Oh, hi, Maggie. How did you figure out that this was your calling? That is an excellent question. So I'm going along in my life, doing work on, I'm actually a subject matter expert on the planet Mars, and I have my Mars snow globe with me. There's a whole story with me and snow globes. And I work for Humans to Mars Advocacy Group, and I've done that since 2012. And I also have been a science educator for, I've been an adjunct astronomy professor and a science teacher in secondary school for many years, probably 20 years or so. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I got a phone call from a friend, from my sister, about a friend whose son had passed away suddenly at 25 years old. I had not seen this child since he was a newborn baby, and I had not seen his mother either because I had moved across the country. And I hadn't talked to them either. I hadn't talked to her in many years. She was technically a friend of my sister's. And I have permission to share this from the mother. I've talked to her and given her readings several times since this. And my sister said, Brandon died. And I was like, oh my gosh. And as soon as I heard it, I knew in my head it was a drug overdose. I was just like, it was a drug overdose. No, I hadn't seen him or talked to him since he was newborn. I laid down later to take a nap, and I didn't say anything to my sister. It was just a thought in my head. And about 10 seconds after I laid down, I could see him full color in my mind's eye, kind of like if you see pictures when you dream. That's what I was seeing. And I wasn't asleep at all. I was still awake. And he, as clear as in a movie, said, tell my mom I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I could see his red sweater, I could see his gold chain, I could see his haircut, everything. It was just as clear as day. So a couple days later, I find out he did pass from an overdose. His mom's, I talked to his mom. She sent me pictures of him with his red sweater and gold chain and his haircut. And then I kind of blew it off as a one-off. And then a few months later, something similar happened with another friend of the family that was undeniable. And I said, I've got to get training. So I found my teacher. And that's how Kathy Smith and I became friends, because we took several classes together. And now I am a full-time mediumship. I have left teaching science full-time, and I've gone to, somebody is messaging. They can't find the live. So now I'm a full-time medium, and I do my Mars research part-time. See, do I believe in heaven? Yes, I believe this heaven is the spirit world. Yes. You're welcome, Michelle. Cheryl, are angels watching over my sick daughter? We always have angels and guides watching over us. Always. Everybody has that. Especially in times of need, even more so. Thank you. While I was on life support from COVID, I lost a loved one. I never had a chance to say goodbye. Often wonder if they are hanging around in the spirit world or if they moved on to heaven. So I believe personally heaven and the spirit world are one and the same. It's one place. And so when you hear people say that a spirit is stuck, that is impossible. I can tell you that as a scientist and as a medium, that spirits can't get stuck. Energy cannot be contained. Energy is going to do what it's going to do. And our spirit is energy. When our body stops working, the conscious energy of our spirit goes away from our body and goes to the spirit world. So if a medium or a spiritualist of any kind, a psychic, says, oh, they're stuck, pay me money, especially, pay me money to get your loved one unstuck, that's a lie. That does not happen. You cannot contain energy and have it stuck here because something bad happened. Because as a spirit, as a human, bad things are very different from our spirit. As a spirit, there is no, humans do not have the ability to harm or affect any soul. Nothing we can do can contain that soul or get it stuck here. That will never happen. It's way too powerful. I hope that clarifies that. Hello, good evening from the great mountain state of West Virginia. Hello, Harley. My husband was born right over the mountains there in Kentucky, right on the other side of West Virginia. You're welcome, Amber. Hi, Kimberly. Great to meet you. I really need to hear from Spirit. Okay, so I will do my best to try to connect. So what I do when I do my readings, I have my little notebooks and I draw pictures and I write words, and whatever comes through is the evidence I'm getting. So just gonna date, and I date these. I'm trying to keep better track of my records. Today's February 20th. Okay. Thank you, Kathy. All right, so any more questions before I start doing readings? Thank you, Peg. Yeah, everybody has the ability. Actually, I also I teach mediumship classes. I have a lot of free mediumship class stuff on my YouTube channel if you're interested. I have a 6-month mentorship coming up in March if you're interested in learning that. But I have lots of free stuff on YouTube. There's a playlist that's learning. I think it's learning something mediumship, but if you go to my YouTube page, it's the same name, peacefulnikt, NIK, the medium channel. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff over there, Roxana. Yeah, just go to YouTube, peacefulnikt, the medium. If you can't remember that, you can send me a message on any of my comments that I put in here. But yeah, it's pretty easy to find, peacefulnikt, NIK, the medium.com. It's the same picture as on this event. You'll see that. Or excuse me, peacefulnikt, the medium channel. Thank you, Kathy. Sorry. It's been a long day. I was trying to do a reading for someone earlier and she couldn't figure out her technology. So we spent 45 minutes trying to do that and had to reschedule her reading. So that was... Michelle, what about your dreams? I have a million dreams a night and it's exhausting. I feel like I'm never actually in my body when I sleep and I never feel like I rested. I don't do dream interpretation. I don't know enough about dreams. I just know that dreams are, yeah. I have asked my spirit guides. I have prayed. I have done everything you can think of. And I just dream and dream and dream and dream. I had a dream my teeth were falling out the other night. Hi, Carol. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I just answered some of your TikTok questions on my that are in my drafts. Carol's one of my favorite clients. Okay, so, and she's had a bunch of readings from me. She has the sweetest little grandbaby in spirit. That is just a lovely, lovely spirit to connect with. I didn't know you were in this group. I'm glad you're here. So I hope everybody found me who was... A bunch of people responded that they were coming, so we'll see. So I'm going to try, oh, I love Hazel too. I'm going to try to do as many mini readings as possible. So since this is live and we want to do this quickly, if you... How do I want to do it? Let's say put the first name of your loved one in spirit, and I will come to whoever I'm drawn to, and I'll do a 4 or 5 minute reading approximately. Sometimes I go longer. So first name of the loved one you want to communicate with. Cheryl, is that B a name? And then whoever I'm drawn to is who I will go to. And now, I'm a little cold. I will do my best. I'm nervous because I'm new to this group. Thank you, Kathy. All right, so I was drawn to Christina Miller Mater for Danny. And let's see if I have if you could hold comments for now. And Christina, are you still there? Nope, Christina, you said Danny, now you're saying Harry. Hi, Stephanie. Everybody hold comments except for Christina, please. Okay, well, now you've said 3 names, so. Okay, Christina for Danny. Okay, Christina only for Danny. Thank you, thank you. All right, so Danny is the contemporary. I think that is your contemporary brother. Yes, okay, perfect. All right. First thing I hear is hat. So I don't know I'm trying to rephrase these. He's talking about a hat. Hold comments, Stephanie, hold comments. I'm reading for Christina. Danny's talking about a hat. This could mean you have his hat, or he always wore a special hat, but he's showing me a hat. It appears to be some type of baseball cap, but that could be just how I'm seeing it. Yes, you understand the hat. Thank you. Okay, and I feel like it has a logo of some type of team on it. Okay, a team logo or some type of business logo. There's a logo that was important to him. And I'm glad you're just saying yes, yes or no, maybe, or I don't know for these. Thank you. So that's another thing while I wait for Christina. Okay, yes, perfect. Whenever you see a medium, if they ask you questions, always say yes, no, maybe, or I don't know. Don't feed them information. And if they ask you to feed them information, get a different medium. And so I can see his like hair sticking out of the edges, and something about people telling him to get his hair cut, maybe saying, you need a haircut, you need a haircut. He's talking about his hair. And just waiting for the comments. And then another thing he's talking about, and I know you have several people in spirit, and he's talking about the addiction. Okay, you don't know about the hair. Do you understand the addiction around him or one of the other people you mentioned? But I feel like it's around him. Addiction or mental health issues. No, okay. Okay, this could be for someone else then. All right. Maybe mental health. Okay, I was just going to say, or the mental health. Just re-ask that. Okay. Okay, so he wants to give you a message. He wants to thank you for, he's saying he wants to thank you for holding his hand. That could be metaphorical or literal. He could mean holding his hand emotionally or actually physically holding his hand through all of the stuff. So I feel like through the family stuff, through his stuff, I feel like he's thanking you for holding his hand through all of the stuff. And he keeps going back to the hair. I don't know why they do that. They sometimes talk about the things I may think are so mundane. So let me know if you understand the thank you for holding his hand. Geez, I don't know what you mean, geez. Let me know if you understand the holding your hand part. And he said, you have a heavy burden to bear. And he's saying something, and I don't understand exactly what he means, but he's showing arms crossed, like you're bearing arms, but I think it's like a symbol for something. Arms crossed, and I'm hearing bearing arms, but I think it has something literally to do with protection and arms being crossed. And let's see. Okay. He's protecting you. Okay, so do you understand the heavy burden to bear and having to bear the burden of, he said, the leftover parts of the family? And thank you everyone for being patient. You know, comments can take a while to load on these lives. Yes, okay. He said, good job. You did a good job. You're doing a good job. And it's a pain in the butt. But it's hard for you. And now he's talking about younger children. Do you have the children, or do you have his children, or are there children around? He's talking about the children, protecting the children. Now I feel like a very heavy pain in my chest. He's talking about the children. And then I had a heavy younger sisters. Okay. So you're having to take care of them. Okay. And now, so he's making me feel like someone had a pain in their chest. And I know you have a mother and father in spirit. Okay. I know you have a mother and father in spirit. So somebody is pressing on my chest very, very strongly. So that could be heart or lung related. And now I feel like I can't breathe and my ribs feel like they're tightening around my chest. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to ask them to pull that back because it's painful. That's a Claire where you can feel the pain, the feelings. Okay. And he wants to go back to the hat. And did you keep his hat? Do you have the hat? He's talking about the hat. Or you're rooting for his team, or something about whatever the logo is on the hat. He's talking about that. Your sister does. Okay, thank you. So just if she's open to it and you feel like she can receive the message, just let her know he brought up the hat and, wants to give her, a hug or a little kiss on the forehead, and just let her know he's around. And of course, he's around the whole family. And just know that your family's all together. Your parents and your brother, they're all together. They're all safe and they're all at peace. And I will leave you with all of their love. And that hat. He just, he just loved that hat. He won't stop talking about it. And thank you, Christina, for allowing me to connect with your brother, Danny. I appreciate it. Okay. Hi, Myra. Hi, Kim. So let's do another round. First name only. He did love that hat. I would let me know what was on the hat, because he's driving me crazy with that hat. All right, let's see. Trying to grab my blanket here. It's getting chilly. Their name. Hi, Julie. Raiders. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, the Raiders. I used to live in the Bay Area. I'm a Niner fan, so I was sad when they lost the other night. Peg for Ron. Peg Schwartz for Ron. Peg. Everybody hold comments. I'm going to go to Peg, please. Peg, let me know you're still here. And while the comments are all loading, Peg just for Ron. Peg. One name per place. Okay, I had a feeling it was brother. All right. Ron is coming in hot. Okay. He wants to talk about, yeah, Ron is brother. He wants to talk about insecurity, and he wants you to love yourself. And you are worthy. Do you understand why he's saying these things, Peg? You are worthy. Love yourself. And he's making me feel like sometimes you need to stand up for yourself more. If you're still here, you were just here, Peg. I think Spirit tricks us when we do these live readings because, yes, okay, thank you. He's saying, ooh, do you understand why he would say something about violence? Because he's saying that word. Okay. I don't know if that yes is to the violence or to my previous question. Can you answer again? He's saying the word violence, and do you understand that? I feel like that yes came in too soon for that, but I just want to verify before I move on with it. Okay, because I feel like he's telling me somebody was either violent toward him or towards you, and you needed to be protected. And this doesn't have to be today or yesterday or 3 days ago. This could have been a memory from something a long time ago. But he is saying that word. He also could be referring to himself acting in a violent way in the past. but he said it very clearly to me. So I know when they say it so clear and I send it back and they keep repeating it, that it just means something. And sometimes when people get readings, they may think that it means right now, and it could mean something from 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 15 years ago. But he is saying it very clearly. So if you think of it later, you can email me. You don't have to tell me why. Just say you do understand it. You remember now. I can tell you as a medium, I get lots of emails after readings saying, oh yeah, I remember that, or I found that picture, or I found that thing, and etc. Okay, so he's also talking about something about your job. Could be violence to him. Okay, thank you. He's talking about your job or career, and are you thinking about shifting it or changing it, or are you in the process of doing that? Like, you're not very, I'll say, satisfied with the current situation or climate you are in with that, is how he's making me feel. This could be something that just recently happened or is in the process of happening. Job or career, he's talking about that. And my chest still, oh, thank you for the thumb and the bubble. That's cute. Well, here we go with spirit not letting. I'm a retired nurse, but I do energy treatments now. So you shifted from one career to another, but you're still a healer. So, but you're doing it in a different way. Wonderful. Fabulous. I love that. That is awesome. Like Reiki or something. I don't know a lot about it, but that's great. Okay. He wants you to know that he's proud of how hard you've worked, and he's talking about, this could be you or someone you've recently treated. Somebody's hands are swollen. He's showing, it could actually have been him as well. He's showing me like the fingers are swollen. So this could be a multitude of different types of health issues, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, anything like that. But he's showing me swollen hands. Let me know if you understand the swollen hands. And just really very swollen hands. And he's giving a message while I wait for your answer. He's giving you a message that I'm here for you. I'll always be here for you. And then I feel like he's standing. Oh, your husband is sick with heart and lungs, very ill. And so are his hands like swollen. Because, you know, I didn't want to say it because I thought it was lingering from my last reading. But my chest has been hurting this whole time. This whole time. So that's interesting. He's making me feel like you guys, you and Ron, like were, I don't know, two peas in a pod. Went through a phase where you were like very, very close and only you could understand each other. And I feel like this is when you were younger. So let me know if you understand that. And that's why he's saying, I'm here for you always. And he's showing me that you and him were like standing like this, two peas in a pod, hip to hip, inseparable for a period of time in your life. And he's just reiterating, I'm here for you always. And he just wants to let you know he loves you, he's safe. Okay, great. Yes, thank you. He's safe, he's at peace, and he's like, I'm still here for you always. And he knows you're, you know, going through a hard time with your husband's illness, obviously. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to talk to Ron. And he's like, he says, every day when you look in the mirror, first thing you do when you brush your teeth or whenever you're getting ready in the morning, tell yourself you love yourself and mean it. Tell yourself you love yourself until you mean it. Until you mean it. Work on that. He says, you were with him as he passed, I see. He wants you to know you're so worthy and you help so many people. And you help people that you don't even know that you've helped. Just by admiring your healing nature. Whether they acknowledge it or not, you are a wonderful addition to this human race who needs more healers like you. And that's his message. And just thank you so much for letting me connect to Ron. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely soul. Thank you, Peg. Okay. So while I regroup, I will just reiterate while everybody's on here that I have mini reading Mondays. My name is peacefulnikt the medium professionally. I'm on here with my personal account, but my Facebook page is peacefulnikt NIK the medium. All my socials are peacefulnikt the medium. I'm going to be doing more Facebook lives and YouTube lives, so follow my YouTube channel, subscribe over there, because I have a lot of free mediumship content over there where you can learn about mediumship. And I post videos like all the time. Thank you, Kathy. He loves you too, Peg. And I have a Valentine's Day buy one, get one totally free. Buy a full reading, get a full reading free within the next 6 months if you book by February 29th. Or use the coupon code BOGO50 for 50% off. You're very welcome, Peg. For 50% off any reading. BOGO50, BOGO50. For any full reading, get 50% off coupon. I have mini reading Mondays once a month, where if you don't want to pay for a big full reading, you can get a 10 to 15 minute reading for only $35. If you're new to me and you just don't want to pay for a whole full reading, you just want to have a little short intro with me, $35 once a month on Mondays. And I think, yeah, that's it for that. So I just wanted to let everybody know all of those things. And the reason I have two different names is because of my science career and my mediumship career. I try to keep them separate. So I will, let's see, I can do one more reading. Maybe I can squeeze in two. Let's see how I do with my voice goes after an hour. So go ahead and put the first name in. First name, first name. Kimberly. Kimberly Bader for Mary. Kimberly Bader Rich for Mary. Let me know you're still here. And then Sue said, really disappointed, was hoping I could have joined, but guess time difference isn't going to work. Joined what? You're here. I'm not sure what you mean, Sue. All right, Kimberly Bader Rich for Mary. Everybody hold comments. Is Kimberly still here? Hi, Kimberly. All right, so everybody hold. Hi, Kimberly. So, I'm hearing, now this could just be because I'm hearing the song, I'm hearing Mother Mary. Is this your mother? Just to clarify. Okay, great. And then the next thing I heard was she was a pure soul, but she had some deep wounds from her past, which I'm not sure how much you would be able to validate that, because some people don't have that, you know, some people don't talk about those things. And then she shows me a cookbook. Oh no. Maybe as a child. Okay. She's showing me a cookbook. I believe this to be hers or her mother's or an aunt, someone in the family. And she's showing me this cookbook in little pieces of, yes, to the cookbook, I believe you're saying. Little recipe, extra little recipes put in there. And when you, okay, perfect. When you make those recipes, or you've been thinking about making them, I feel like you have made them. And she's like, but it just doesn't ever taste like mom's. It just doesn't ever taste like your mom's cooking, no matter how much you try, how hard you make it. It sort of does, but there's just that one little thing missing and you can't quite place it. Do you understand that? And then she's having me draw. Yes, perfect. She's having me draw like this. It looks like grass with some herbs in it. So I don't know if you have, or she had, like, you know, you can grow your herbs outside your windowsill, or have the little herbs in your kitchen that are like the real plants. She's showing me that, or she just had a little herb garden. She's showing me all these herbs. And then she winked. Okay, you don't understand the herbs. Okay. It could just be a regular flower garden too, but she's winking. I just really feel like there's something with plants, something outside that she's showing me, because she's having me draw it, and then she's having me drawing different lengths of the grasses. Okay, I'll just push that back. If you think of what it is, just let me know. And then she's saying rock garden. So something, I feel like she's pointing outside. Could be you or her, or someone very, very, somebody that would have to be very close to both of you. If you don't know what it is, that's fine. She's insistent on it. She won't let it go. All right. And then, now this is what's in my database. This could be something different, but okay, that's okay. What she's showing me, this could be any kind of soup, but what she's showing me is chicken and dumplings. That could mean either she had a special recipe, or you recently made chicken and dumplings, or something soupy like that was a recipe of hers, or something you would have made together, something from the cookbook. But she is saying, what I'm seeing from my database is chicken and dumplings. So while I wait for that, I'll tell everybody, when mediums get information, we use our database. And in our database, yes, perfect, yay. Oh, that makes me happy. our database is what we are familiar with and what we have experienced. And so they'll show us, for example, for me, my mom used to make chicken and dumplings. So that's in my database. And I always try to make her chicken and dumplings, but she died in 1986. So obviously I can't ask her what she did. So I use my database of chicken and dumplings, but it could also represent any kind of soupy type of thing. But Kimberly says, yes, that's wonderful. And she said, you got to leave the bone in the chicken. So for anything you're cooking with chicken or ham and beans, now she's talking about ham and beans, you got to leave the bone in. She said, because the marrow is where all the good stuff is. That changes the taste. So let me know if that's a thing for your family, the bone in the chicken that she's mentioning. She's very, very lovely and kind and forthcoming with information. So let me know if you understand the leave the bone in the chicken comment. And then she's talking about cook a lot. Okay. And then she's back to the grass. I don't know why. She's talking about this grass again, this garden, these herbs, whatever this is. I'm not sure if you live in a place where the grass could even be cut right now, but she's talking about smelling when the grass is cut, and you can smell the wild onions in the yard when the grass is cut, and she's talking about that. If that's significant to you, let me know. And she's doing prayer hands. So I don't know if she was a prayerful woman, or if this was like something in her culture where she would be like doing this hands like this. But she's showing me this and almost kind of wiggling her hands a little. I have a large lawn that she didn't get to see. Okay, well, maybe that's why she keeps showing me the grass. So interesting. She's showing me that she can see your big lawn. So she just wants you to know she's around you. She's watching over you. She's talking about grandchildren, so I don't know if these are your children or someone else in the family. She's talking about grandchildren. And yes, and being there for them, and something from her or in her honor in the room of one or more of these children. Something of hers, a picture, a trinket, a statue of some kind in her honor in the grandchildren's room. Let me know if you understand that. And then, yes, okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so Kimberly, thank you for allowing me to connect with your mother, Mary. Beautiful sweetheart. She's around, she's watching, she sees, she's protecting, and she's giving you a kiss on the cheek. Kiss on the cheek. She's going on the cheek. I almost feel like you can hear little sounds when she comes around. A little flutter or a little, some high pitched. So know that your mother is around, she's safe, she's at peace, and I will leave you with all of her love. And thank you for allowing me to connect with her. Thank you, Kathy, for being here with me, protecting me, being good support. You are very welcome. I don't know how much, I don't know. I usually max out at an hour. I'm going to try to push myself to do one more short reading. Now, sometimes when I go one extra, it gets all wonky. So, but I'm going to do my best. Yeah, okay, let's see. First name, please. I am drawn to Maggie Cox. Everybody hold comments. Maggie Cox for Chris. I actually was drawn to earlier. Maggie for Chris. Now, I gave fair warning. I gave fair warning. I'm pushing myself extra. Maggie Cox for Chris. Hi, Maggie. Everybody hold comments. Maggie for Chris. Maggie for Chris. Maggie for Chris. I feel like there's more than one Chris in your life, Maggie. Hi. Do you have a, I feel like there's two Chris's, one here and one away, one past. Like maybe father, son, grandpa, grandson. I feel like there's two Chris's in my chest. Okay, you just have the one. Okay. Okay, I still feel like there's two. Okay. Does anybody have Chris's middle name? Chris's name is a middle name? Maggie? Middle name, son. Okay, perfect. Awesome. And so Chris is your partner who passed? Yes, okay. My rib cage is so tight. Again, so interesting. Just to clarify, did your partner, Chris, have anything in his lung or heart, cardiovascular system prior to his passing, or that was involved in his passing? Because I feel the tightness again. Heart attack, pneumonia, COVID, any type of cardiovascular disease. Okay, thank you. He wants to thank you for holding down the fort. He also is having me draw something, and I'm not sure if this is a witch's hat, a pyramid, a teepee. It's a triangular shape that could be, I don't know, this could be several different things. And I wasn't looking, so I don't know what that yes is for. So do you understand, would you have had like a witch's hat for Halloween, or would you understand a teepee? Because you have me draw this shape, and it usually means something, and sometimes I can't always figure out exactly what it is. Perfect, thank you. So, he's talking about seeing his eyes in your son's eyes. In his son's eyes. When you look at his son, you can see his eyes. Not that they necessarily look identical, just the personality, the feeling, you can feel his presence. Perfect. Thank you. And it's like you just want to scoop him up and take him and hug him so you can feel Chris and be like, I can feel his energy through you, the sun. And just know they're obviously genetically and spiritually connected. And he's talking about a teacher. So I don't know if you're the teacher, if was the teacher, if you have like a teacher in your life, but he's talking about a teacher. I keep seeing a teacher. So let me know if you understand the teacher, educator of some type, because I feel like there's kids around. There's so many yeses. I don't know which one's for which thing. But I'm glad there's yeses, because usually at this point I'm like, perfect. Thank you. Another yes. Awesome. Okay. So this is just Chris's way of coming forward and saying, I'm around, I see you, I love you. Yes, cool, perfect. I'm with you, with my son, and you're, what's he saying? It's interesting. He's saying all love is not lost. That's his message. All love is not lost. So you can interpret that however you feel is appropriate for you. But to me, it would mean just because he's not physically present, that does not mean his love is not present. Love is an intangible thing that we can feel forever, and you can't place your finger on it or describe it. Love is eternal, and he's showing you he loves you even from the other side, and his presence is around, and he's like, I know you feel it. I know you feel it. So know that you are loved. Chris is safe and at peace, and give that little Chris, that younger Chris, a big hug, and know that his dad's presence is always there. He's always around you. And thank you very much for letting me connect with Chris today, Maggie. And thank you to everyone who joined this live. I plan on doing more of these, and I just can't thank Kathy enough and Rita for letting me know about the group and allowing me to come in the group and do readings. Again, I'm peacefulnikt the Medium. You'll see my personal name when I do postings every day with different events, different specials. I do have coupons. You can always email me or go to my website and get your free guide to your spirit guide. You are very welcome, everyone. I plan on oh, Maggie, I didn't mean to make you cry. You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. This is something I hope to do at least every other week, time permitting. And you can find information on my website. I do have coupons. If you forget the coupons, you can email me or just comment on any of the posts I put in the group. Nicole Astro Willett is my name in the group. My mediumship name is peacefulnikt the Medium. And yeah, follow me on YouTube and all the other socials. And thank you all so much. And Kathy especially, love you. And have a wonderful night, everyone. And I will see you soon. Bye.